everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Getting to Know Your Leaders at the Life Center. Glad you've joined us. Hey, I have my friend Teri with me here today to introduce her to you. Teri, introduce yourself to these folks. Tell them what you do at the Life Center.
Hi, I'm Teri Slusher, and here at the Life Center I do intakes, which means that I get to talk to the folks who come in needing assistance and help them fill out the application and just get to know them a little bit, pray with them a little bit, and so I enjoy that. I come one time a month on Tuesdays.
Good. Now, what do you do as a profession, Teri? You have a fascinating job. I love to hear about when you come in.
Sure. I work at Cincinnati Children's. I'm the business director in neurosurgery, and so it's a busy job. I'm a nurse by trade and now kind of on the business side of things. So I love being able to come here to the Life Center and connect with folks a little bit. It's sort of what fills my cup up, when I come.
Yeah. So how did you first get involved?
So when we first started coming to Whitewater, we knew we wanted to give back and serve some way, and so we looked at 2 or 3 different things, and together we ended up at the Life Center and tried on a couple of different things in the food pantry and with the intakes, and so that's sort of where I landed. It was a good fit for me.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you as part of the team.
Thank you.
What do you enjoy the most about working at the Life Center, Teri?
I think that the best thing for me is getting to come in and network with the folks who work here at the Life Center, and then just getting to meet more people that come in, getting to hear a little bit about the story, sometimes just getting to give people a little glimmer of hope when they need it. The stories can be so hard, and I'm very blessed and have a good job, and I hope that maybe I can just impart a little bit of faith in people so that they know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We always say give people a hand up, not a hand out, and I like that.
That's a good adage. We tell ourselves that often. We try to keep that in the forefront of our thinking, to give people a hand up, not a hand out. Well, Teri, I'm going to ask you just a series of 7 questions. I call these the Life Center 7. No right or wrong answer, just designed for our viewers to get to know you better, okay?
Sure.
So, Teri, what's the best book you've ever read?
I like mysteries, so any kind of mystery.
Okay, so you love mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
I love to do casual reading like that. Usually don't have time to go on vacation
That's
or something.
when mine was.
I love those kind for sure. Teri, let's suppose for just a second you had a really wealthy uncle and he's died, and unexpectedly he's left you with a windfall of millions of dollars. Teri, what would you do with that windfall of millions?
So I'd pay off the debt, and then I would try to do that for my family, and then share some with my church family, and buy a place on the lake.
Oh, a place on the lake, yeah. Paul and I were just down on the lake with some friends last weekend. It was so refreshing.
Yeah,
Felt so good coming back. There's something magical about that for sure. So let's suppose, Teri, that your beautiful home is on fire. Tragic, so we're hoping it doesn't happen. But if it did, you've got time to scurry in and get one thing. What one thing would you scurry in and grab, Teri?
The dog, Dolly, our black lab.
So if every living thing was safe, let's assume your family, the pets are out. Is there any other thing you'd run in and grab?
Pictures, because I'm kind of a picture person, so I'd have to make a sweep through. My mom and dad's wedding picture is in there, and that's pretty sacred, and so it would be, I'd know right where I would go to grab a couple of things off the wall.
And those older photos, like your parents' wedding, those aren't going to be digitized, so you need to grab those.
Yeah.
So you're on a bench, and you're overlooking this gorgeous scene. It's overlooking the sea, and it's sunset. It's a really beautiful scene and moment. And Teri, you have the chance to have a conversation with anybody, living or dead. Who would you want to have one more conversation with in that kind of a setting?
My mom. I'd like to talk to Mom anytime I could get a chance to.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Now, is she still alive?
No, she's passed 2 years ago. So I'd like to have one. I always want one more conversation.
Yeah.
So I think we probably all do. So
beautiful. Yeah, I'm the same. I would certainly like to do that as well. My mom and dad are both gone. Teri, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Be happy. don't do something that makes you unhappy every day. And I try to pass that on to my kids, when they were trying to decide what they want to do, what they want to go to school for. Do what makes you happy. And if what you wake up every day doing doesn't make you happy, then change.
Yeah, make a left turn, find something that does. Yeah. That's good advice. So if you could travel back in time and talk to 20-year-old Teri, what advice would you give 20-year-old Teri?
Be yourself.
Oh.
I spent a lot of time not being myself and not living for me, and I would say be yourself, because God loves you, whoever you are, be yourself.
That's great advice. What's that old adage? Everybody else is taken, so be yourself, right?
That's right.
Faking it's way overrated.
That's
Just
right.
Be who you are, who you created to be. Teri, it's been said that all great people could have their life summarized in one sentence. What one sentence would you like to describe your life when it's all said and done?
It's probably a combination or a run-on sentence, maybe, not correct English, but she was happy and she made other people happy.
Oh, I love that. So. A compound sentence at least, but she was happy and she made other people happy. Oh, that's a great epitaph to have on your tombstone.
Thanks.
I love that, Teri. Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another edition of Getting to Know Your Leaders. Pretty easy to see why the Life Center makes such a dynamic impact in our community and in so many lives with wonderful leaders like Teri aboard. So thank you so much for all you do, Teri, to touch people in our community. And we'll see you next time here for another edition of Getting to Know Your Leaders. Bye now.